Hi everyone, it's Lacey from LaceyJoy.com. I'm really tiny and I can't figure out why it's not letting me make myself bigger, but that's okay. I'm sitting out by the Christmas tree right now, enjoying the pretty lights. And today we're jumping into an honest review of the SLP Now membership and the materials that are offered. I realized that I did a middle school, high school, but I didn't ever do like an overview of all the resources available on this membership, which is crazy. It's one of the probably most well-known and great sites for SLPs out there. So let's check out what we have. So when you first pop into the materials section, you can see there is a feature section for inspiration, and you can see that they're really pulling out the voting activities because it's November. There's a recently added section, and there's also recently updated and popular. So you can see up here we have all of these different categories to search from. So you can go by themes, and this is really nice to get ideas. I know I've mentioned this in some of my lesson planning videos, but a really great way to check what you could be doing instead of just holidays. There's also sports, an equal opportunity book box, and animals. You can also go by skills. So this is really nice. You can see all of the different skills. Oh wow, looks like she's gotten some more stuff up for stuttering. That's great. What about articulation? Wow, awesome. So you can see all of the different areas you can click on. There's also categories, bundles, no print materials, skill starter kits, organization tools, themes, skills, core vocabulary, and we can go into more of the starter kits. I can show you what that means. And there's been an addition of Google Slides and Boom Cards. I would say for this membership, it's definitely usable for teletherapy because a lot of the activities on SLP Now are based on literacy. So you can read a book and then you do the worksheets that accompany it. So or articles, small short readings too. So that does translate to teletherapy, absolutely, but it's not like as exciting as maybe some other sites offer. And then I think we've gone over this before, but there is pre-K through 12th grade offered on the membership. So actually, before we get into the specific elementary grades, because I have a video for middle school and high school already, let's look at these starter kits, and these are the skill kits. Oh, it cleared off articulation. Good. So this is one of my favorite parts about SLP Now is they have kits on teaching specific areas. So for example, if we went into, actually, let's do something more specific. So this would be all of the assessments for grammar, all the visuals for later vocabulary, but you can actually be more specific in the skill area. So we could do basic concepts. And this is what's really great is this bundle. Look for bundle, that's key. I think that's in the categories too, yeah, bundle. So it takes the starter kits and puts them in one download folder for you. So if I downloaded this, it would download the assessment, how to teach, and then actually give you resources to teach that specific skill. And this would be basic concepts. It shows you the research behind it, what you need to look for. And you can see next to it, there's a couple of no prints. So these would be obviously what you would want to look for teletherapy. They're clickable Google Slides or PowerPoints or PDFs that you can click through right on your screen. But really, you can just pull up any of these worksheets and work directly from them. But it's nice that she did transfer some things. And then you can see activities pop up where you could specifically work on basic concepts, which is also really nice. So that's the bundles. Really nice, and that's available in a lot of these different skills. So if I did context clues, you would see the first thing that comes up is the bundle, where it's the how to assess context clues, what you should look for with the research or research information behind it, and then how to teach it and actual materials for teaching context clues. So really nice, a bunch of bundles. I guess I could just click the bundles and show you a quick run through. And again, I'm not clicking through anything just because this is not something that I own. This is something that I'm just showing you and giving you the best descriptions that I can. And I'm explaining what's inside. Each of these is an assessment, teaching, and then materials. And just look at all these great things. And there's also theme bundles too. So if you download this, it'll give you a whole back to school activity pack. So different books or readings to do that all fit a theme if you like to do themes. So if we jump down to, you can kind of guess what it's going to be like based on what we just saw. But if we jump down to preschool, you can see all I have right now is that category selected. You can see what pops up. A lot of the bundles pop up first, some articulation cards, and you can see there are 56 pages like this that we could go through. Different bundles with different themes, visuals. So not only are there activities, there's also therapist tools. It'll show us those bundles. If I click activities, I should exclude all that. And it'll do the activity bundles. You can see all the fun bundles. So this would be an activity pack. There was an old lady who swallowed leaves. So to give you an idea of what a book activity pack would be, you would sort out narrative language, character setting. You would have vocabulary words. You'd have WH questions to go through. They've actually picked out the articulation words that could go with articulation targets. And some of them also have a craft, too, that you could do with your students. And I guess with teletherapy, you would send it ahead of time to make sure that they could maybe have the things if that's something that your student's capable of doing at home. And so you can see I took out the therapist tools, which would be those like skill bundles probably. And there's still 46 pages for PK. So that's crazy. That's a really good amount. So if we go to K2, and let's exclude those tools again, there'll be a lot of repetition from, preschool, I'm sure. And you can see 63, so even more for that school age. Let's just see what would come up last. Themes. So if you could send this home to let parents know what you're working on. She does these little short newsletters for the themes or units that you might be doing, like news from the speech room. There's an example of a spirit craft. Yeah. All right, let's just finish with 3.5 quick. All right, 3.5 activities. I would say for me personally, the K2 is one of my most used, and then 3.5 for my caseload. All right, 41 pages of activities. You can see we're getting a little bit of repetition in the books and in the units. This is great too. I think we talked about this in the other video. There's fiction units, there's nonfiction units, there's articles, a couple paragraph readings, story picture books like Dragons Love Tacos. And you can see here in this reading passage, you get a reading passage, there's a visual, there's a compare and contrast where there's options. I sometimes just draw a line, or I believe some of them have Google Docs we can drag and drop the squares. And then there's also vocabulary like walkthroughs. Yeah, these nonfiction units can be really fun. There's a reading in them. And then holidays. So yeah, this is the activities. SLP Now also includes a caseload management section where you can input your students, their goals, your schedule, and actually plan out what you're doing so that it's all accessible in that one area. I just can't click these because of obviously my own caseload and sharing that. There's a third-party billing option where you can have your notes formatted and you just copy paste into your third-party billing software that your school uses. And yeah, I really like SLP Now. I think it is definitely one of the most diverse platforms. You can use it for just such a variety of speech targets. I mean, reading a book, you can really fit into any mixed group that you have, articulation, language, and it's made really easy when you have these packets that just give you all the list of the articulation words and activities just made for you. So, like I said, it is probably not my favorite membership for teletherapy. The Simply Speaking club is definitely my favorite, and this one is definitely one of my favorites for in-person. I'm still using it though for teletherapy, so it's definitely a good investment still. And yeah, I am a big SLP Now fan. I hope this video helped you. If you like the video, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week. Thank you.